Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. Today I am building a little modern one bedroom, one bathroom home, and it is not my typical build. You could probably tell by the thumbnail of this video, but I am very excited to explain to you what exactly I am doing. Hint, I am being a menace. But I'm building this house for Father Winter because I decided it would be like super fun / morally questionable for me to host like a mini let's play for this upcoming holiday season. Plus I thought it would be like super fun. But basically this is my house that I plan on moving Father Winter into. And I believe on the gallery this house is called Daddy Winter's headquarters. And basically my idea is that Mr. Frost is going to move into this bachelor pad, and he's decided he is all but done with snotty kids and delivering Christmas presents. So instead he's going to take an early retirement, hit the gym, and fuck bitches. So that's pretty much the entire idea of the Let's Play. I was thinking like a reverse 100 baby challenge kind of thing where we just get into all sorts of trouble. I'm not sure exactly like what trouble yet. I don't have an entire scenario yet. I do think I might write some rules up. I think like I have a couple ideas, but this is like it's 2:00 in the morning and this just came to me, and I was like, okay, I'm building this build and I'm gonna do the voiceover and I'm gonna crank this thing out because I would really love to get your guys' like input and what you think you should see. And I'm gonna post a lot about it on my TikTok actually, which is linked down below if you want to like get in on it. And I'm gonna also do some polls on my Instagram as well in terms of like, what do we want to see with the challenge? What do we want to do? What's our goal? I think one of our biggest goals is definitely going to be to, you know, produce some offspray, if you will, a couple of crotch goblins running around the town. And I'm assuming, I want to say this is going to be like 6 episodes, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of the whole idea, and I'll probably do like a mini video of me giving Daddy Winter a little brief makeover because, you know, it's time to ditch the robes and show some skin, you know. He's been working on the hot bod, and yeah. Am I ridiculous? 1000%. But that's nothing that I didn't already know, and I'm assuming if you're here, something you didn't already know. So we're just gonna like go with the flow and just like vibe our life away. I tried to make this house like actually like look really super sleek and like Bachelor-esque, and then maybe it's the delirium from how late or how early or whatever you want to call it is right now, but you can slowly see it start to get more ridiculous, because my idea was like, oh, it's gonna be like 50 Shades of Grey, like I'm gonna make him like a woohoo dungeon, you know what I'm saying, to like you know, woo these women back to. And you know, for those of you who have not seen 50 Shades of Grey, Mr. Grey has a red room. It's just what it sounds like. It's a room, and it is in fact red. But there are lots of scandalous deeds that go on there. My version of Daddy Winter's red room is not nearly as scandalous as of right now. But I'm telling you, by the time this series is over, that's it. Everyone's done for. If the walls could talk, they would scream. I'm telling you what. And while we're here, you know what I think would be so fun? Let's just like unload some stuff onto you guys for those of you who are listening. If anyone wants to hear, I am a Scrooge. I'm like a new Scrooge. This happened like a few years ago because I used to love Christmas, but maybe it's like all the soul searching I've been doing or whatever, or like reflecting. But I've decided I hate Christmas. I do not enjoy. For several reasons, but here's like my main, like this is like my villain origin story. This is top tier information you guys are about to get. So a couple of years ago, I was seeing this guy for a while. Like I would say like we're like semi-serious. I don't know, pretty serious, whatever. And for a whole lot of reasons, his family did not like me, even a little bit. And we were like kind of working through those like little issues, and things were going pretty good. I was personally invited to go spend Thanksgiving with them, and it was really nice, I thought. So no big deal. And like, because his family didn't like me, we were like kind of going through this rough patch where I was like, I don't want to live my life like this if your parents and your grandparents and everyone in your family are going to hate me. And he was really convinced that they didn't. I was like, it's very obvious that they do. But we were like working through all that, and so Christmas rolls around and I'm like, awesome. I'm pumped. Like, I'm pretty excited. And I'd spent Christmas with them before. So the whole month of December, I was like working extra, getting money. I was, doing all the Christmas present shopping, all the wrapping, decorating the tree, buying and getting the tree. And then Christmas Eve rolls around, and my car had like not been working, which is like going to be important in a second, but I'm going to mention it now so you know. Like, I was having some car problems or whatever, but I had been working extra, and I finally took off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and I want to say like the day after, but I'm not 100% sure. But I get out of work on the 23rd, and I was like, okay, awesome. I'm going to go. I went and I got a blowout for my hair because I want to look really pretty and cute and like feel pretty, look good, feel good. I went and got my nails done, and then I went home and I went to the grocery store and I got stuff to bring an appetizer for their Christmas Eve dinner. And then I made a 3-tiered cranberry lime coconut zest cake from scratch, people, for Christmas Day. And then I made a pistachio cake because the first time I had met his grandparents, we bonded over the fact that my grandmother and I used to make pistachio cake. And they were like, oh my God, that's my favorite dessert. Like, my grandmother used to make that for me when I was a kid. I was like, awesome. Like, what a little, like, I love pistachio cake, but like, what a way to score some brownie points. Plus, it was really easy to make. So I made that for Christmas Eve, and I loaded up all the presents, and I was like super ready to go. I'm going to have the time of my life. And then this boy at the time comes over into my apartment, and I was like, yeah, like, because he had to work or whatever, and we were gonna just like drive over at night afterwards because we had like a whole day planned for Christmas Eve and stuff. And he walks in the door and he's being like kind of weird, and I was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, you know how I am, like, and I'm telling him about all the stuff I went and did, and all this, how excited I am, and all the stuff I bought and made, and I'm ready. Like, I literally went and bought, because they were like fancy Christmas people. Like, my family, we never like, they like dress up for dinners, you know what I mean? Like, at my house, it was like, come over, come as you are, eat, very casual per se. But like, I had a Christmas Eve dress and a Christmas Day dress, like the whole nine, like, And I was like, my skirt finally came in, and I was showing him my outfit. I was so excited. I like had this really cute, pretty red satin skirt that I ordered off Amazon. I hate that skirt now. I've never worn it, but I will not throw it away. I think it just helps me remember how bitter I can be. Anyway. And he was like, yeah, so my grandmother uninvited you. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me, what? What the heck do you mean your grandmother uninvited me? Keep in mind, it's like 9 p.m. on the 23rd of December. And when I tell you, I'm like absolutely flabbergasted. Like, I don't even remotely know what to say. I was in shock. Like, I actually like was in shock. And I was like, when did you find out? He was like, she called me this morning and told me that you're uninvited. And I asked if there was a reason why. And he said that she said I was never invited to begin with, and that Christmas was only a family event. And I said, because let's just keep in mind, they knew I was coming. I had talked to his parents multiple times about what I was bringing, and if there was anything specific I needed to get. Like, it was very known that I was coming. Long story short, I told him, I said, you go home. You go home. And he was like, well, I don't want to go without you. I said, you know what? I don't want to be around you right now, or around anybody. I was very sad. And I couldn't drive home. I was about 8.5 hours away from home, and my car was not particularly working. It's, the 12th hour. And I send them on my way. And, you know, I'm a little petty. And maybe I did this for self-preservation, or maybe it's because I'm petty, but I wanted all the stuff I made and all the gifts I wrapped, I wanted them gone. So I sent them with him. And I said, you make sure everybody knows that this is something I made for them, for you. And make sure you give me a full report of how much they liked it. So I sent him with all my desserts. I made cookies for his other set of grandparents. Like, literally, I'm still upset about it, if you cannot tell. Thus, the whole Scrooge origin story. But you know how it gets really sad? I, like, didn't want to call my mom and, like, upset her and stress her out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to spend Christmas alone in my apartment. Like, literally, like, how freaking sad and lame is that? And I want to say at, like, 11:30, I looked for flights home. I did. I looked for flights home. Hundreds of dollars. Anyway, at around like 11:30, 12 o'clock, I call my mom. And my mom, they sleep early. My mom gets up really early for work. She's a nurse. Shout out one time to all the nurses. And I call her. And she's like, what's wrong? Because, you know, why would your child be calling you at 11:30 at night? Who knows? And I just start to sob. Like, at this point, like, I hadn't started sobbing yet. I was like, I'm just going to be angry and, like, quiet, because that's how I get when I'm upset. And I start to sob, and I tell her what happened. And she was like, she literally didn't know what to say. And she was, like, doing all the regular comforting stuff for my mom. Like, that moms do, you know, like, it's okay, like, we'll get you home, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I can't get home, Mom. The flights are so expensive, and my car's not working. Like, I was, like, literally a disaster. And yeah, and you know what? She called me back at like 5:30 in the morning. Her and my stepfather. Shout out one time to them, because they're goated as hell. And literally, she was in tears. She was like, who does that to somebody on the 12th hour? And like, keep in mind, like, my parents didn't exactly like the guy I was seeing a lot per se either. But they had never said anything, or like, because my parents aren't like that. Like, I don't even know if that guy knows that. Like, I hope he doesn't watch this, because, sorry, they didn't like you that much. But, like, she was like, we are not even a big fan of him, and we would have never done that to him. We would have never done that to anybody's kid. And that was the moment I realized that not only do I have an excellent villain origin story, but I was, in fact, wronged. And it was, in fact, over. So that is like a twofer in terms of, like, me being a villain for Christmas, as well as the fact that that's how me and one of my exes broke up. Like this video if you feel like that's a pretty good villain origin story, because I feel like it is. And comment down below, what is the crappiest thing that's ever happened to you on a holiday? It can even be your birthday, and I know everyone has crappy birthdays. That's like a universal feeling. Your comments will probably make me feel better, because this is obviously like fresh, even though it's like not. But yeah, So, I don't know exactly how to be a Scrooge for Christmas. I haven't quite figured it out, which is hilarious that I say that, because I'm literally doing a Christmas Let's Play, or like, not theme, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, the backdrop setting is like holiday themed for my freaking Let's Play. But you know what? If I'm going to be miserable around the holidays and remember that really crappy feeling, then so help me, some of these Sims are also going to feel it. Because I'm not going to be bitter by myself. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this challenge. And don't forget to check out my other social medias if you want to be included in, like, kind of helping set up the rules. I'm going to definitely be doing that sometime this next week after I put this video up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, everybody.